Alright, after looking at the video, I noticed it was kind of dark and you couldn't see the pictures of what I was showing. So obviously, I've showed you these before, the stop starts. When you look on the back, has the 11 and 23, and on the other side it says 12 and 24. Well, the 23 and the 24 are on one side, there, and that's my on, and then the other side would be the 11 and 12, that'd be my stop. This gray part here in the middle is for the light, so there's a light inside of here, so that's where it would connect. So your hot will come to one side, your neutral would go to the other, and then that would work. That's how your light will work. So red button stop, green button start. Okay, and again, there's no difference. 12 and 24 and 11 and 23. And when we get to the numbers, always remember 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so here's a starter. This starter here is the ones we're going to use. These are the ones that I bought so we can practice, because the other ones that I had broke. So I only had 2 and they broke, so I ordered 6 more, so we can have plenty to work on. So these are small, these are double zeros for small motors. Does have the amperage on one side. Up on top there it is, 220 12 amps, 380 12 amps, and 660 8.6 amps. So the size of the motor that you're going to run is going to be a small motor. Okay, on the side there's our electronic overloads. So again, you would size it to get the motor, get the service factor, multiply the service factor by either 125 or 115%, depending on the service factor. Remember, 1.15 and greater, 125%, 40-degree rise, 125%, and all other motors are 115%. Okay, so this one's already connected. Here's one that's not connected. I haven't taken the wrapper off or anything, just took it out of the box to show. So all I have to do is loosen the screws, and it just plugs into right there. Tighten the screws back up, and it holds it in. Okay, looking up here, one side is L1, L2, L3, and then NO, and on the bottom it says T1, T2, T3, and then 14 NO. Okay, remember that 3 and that 4 down here at the end, the 3 and the 4, that's where they're coming. Okay, that is what holds, that 3 and that 4 is what holds this closed. Once you hit the start button, when you hit the start button, that 3 and the 4 is what holds this down. It provides electricity to maintain this closed. Your inputs, right down here, it says A1 and A2. So A1 would be your neutral. This is 120 volts or 110 volts. So A1 would be your neutral, and then your switch side would be A2. We'll get into those when we go in. So this is the little relays. They do come in multiple sizes. That was one of the questions in the class assignment. These are the electronic overloads. So wherever you figure it out, get your screwdriver, open this up, get the screwdriver, turn this, and then you can set your relays for whatever the amperage is for your motor. These are other relays. These, they call them an ice cube. Okay, so it's you can see there how your connections would go. So if you got if it's 120 volts, you just use half of it. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 is one side. If it's 240 volts or 208 volts single phase, and then you use the other side. Okay, so you can either have normally open, normally closed, depending which one you need, and this is how this would work. Okay, and then that just plugs into this. That plugs into this. Okay, this is another form of relay. Again, it can handle but it can only handle minimal loads. Okay, this is a time delay. So it's a timer. You can set the timer wherever you want it. So when you push the start button, whatever you put this on, when you hit the start button, okay, start button goes to this, all of a sudden the timer goes in. Once it gets to 0, it turns on. You know, I can put this to work alongside with this. So this turns this on. So once this timer goes through its process, it allows, say my start button is in an area, or I have something to do before, depending on what you want with the motor. So you put a time delay. You don't want it to come on right away as soon as you hit the start button. So you want to make sure you're allowing yourself time to get set up to whatever you're doing, or if it's doing a certain function. Okay. And again, the base is no different than this. The base is no different than this. So that's the back side of it, and it just plugs in to there. Okay. And again, there's another contactor here. This one doesn't have the, I just connected the overloads on the bottom. This would be without, you can use it in. So one side is your hot, so your power coming in would be L1, L2, L3 if it's a 3-phase. And then going to the motor would be off of T1, T2, T3. Your 13 and 14, it says 13 and 14. NO, NO. Okay, let's turn it on. This is another type of switch that I bought, and it's just a stop start. It's got in the back. Okay, so whatever numbers you need, they're all back here, and it's no different than those other ones. Okay, it's just all in one, convenience. So these were what I was showing yesterday, that it was too dark to see. Again, you can use a regular AC switch. I have more stuff at the school. Obviously I'm not at school, I'm at home. So luckily these I had bought them, they came in the mail, and I had them here in the house. I didn't take them to school, and then it turns out didn't need them in school after all now. So yeah, I'll try to wire these and show how they're wired. Unfortunately, yeah, the way things are right now, still don't know what's happening, what's going to happen in the future or anything. So with the classes, are they going to allow the hands-on or not? I don't know. Okay, as soon as I have more information on that, I'll let you all know. Alright, I hope this explains what I was showing. And again, have a question, send me a line, send me a text, send me an email, all the same. Alright?